What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Fast. Today, let's get started with Paulo Costa throws shade at Reinier de Ridder after UFC Abu Dhabi. Paulo Costa recently drew parallels between fellow middleweights Dricus du Plessis and Reinier de Ridder, noting that both fighters possess a weird fight style. Last night at UFC Abu Dhabi, Reinier de Ridder headlined the event against former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker. After a hard-fought 5-round battle, the judges awarded de Ridder the victory by split decision. Amid the match, Costa observed the Dutch fighter's fighting style. "I thought Dricus du Plessis was most weird fight style in UFC, but Reinier de Ridder is doing everything to compete with him head-to-head." Belal Muhammad predicts Khamzat Chimaev will break Dricus du Plessis if fight stays standing. Former UFC welterweight kingpin Belal Muhammad has shared his thoughts on the upcoming middleweight title fight between Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev, which will headline UFC 319 on August 16. Du Plessis is known for his unconventional fighting style and cardio, while Chimaev is known for his high-pressure fight style from the opening bell and his grappling pedigree. Many fans and experts, while predicting the UFC 319 headliner, have discounted Chimaev's cardio and stated that Du Plessis will have a better chance of winning if he can take the fight to the later rounds. However, Muhammad believes that Chimaev will win if he doesn't gas out quickly. Honestly, too many people are counting out Chimaev's cardio. Dricus du Plessis has an awkward style, but he gets hit a lot, and he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and landing all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing. I got Chimaev. Paddy Pimblett doesn't deserve UFC rankings spot, says top lightweight contender. Pimblett currently holds the number 9 spot, but some are wondering if he can leapfrog his way to a number 1 contender fight or even a title bout. Ilia Topuria recently captured the UFC lightweight championship and had a stare down with the baddie inside the octagon. While the Topuria versus Pimblett would be marketable, Arman Tsarukyan doesn't believe Pimblett has any business in the rankings. "You've got to delete Pimblett from the rankings. He's not even deserving to be in top 10. He beat the last 3 guys. It was Michael Chandler. He had 3 losses. It was Bobby Green. He had 3 or 4 losses. It was Tony Ferguson. He had 8 losses. That's crazy, and you want to bring that guy to fight for the title? You shouldn't even mention his name. He doesn't even deserve even mentioning his name." Arman believes the UFC will ultimately choose him to challenge Topuria next. Tsarukyan was initially set for a title fight against Makhachev back in January. He ended up pulling out of the fight mere hours before the weigh-ins due to a back issue. UFC CEO Dana White was none too pleased with Tsarukyan's exit from the UFC 311 card and claimed that he would not be getting a title opportunity next. Khabib reveals another reason he won't attempt UFC comeback. Khabib Nurmagomedov has unveiled another factor that would prevent him from making a return to the octagon. Khabib retired following a technical submission win over Justin Gaethje back in 2020. During an appearance on Hustle Show, Khabib explained how the need for lengthy preparation at his age 36 is also a good reason for him to avoid a comeback. You can't just say, "Give me 6 months, I'll be ready." No. To get into fight shape, to get back to your old form, you need a lot of time. But back when I was still fighting, before I retired, I trained regularly too, and that was enough for me. It worked. If I was given a fight, boom, in 100 days I'd shut everything off. No traveling, no meetings, no business contracts. I didn't touch anything. I told them, "Don't bother me." I trained morning and night, resting only Sundays. If I missed even one of those 2-a-day sessions, like I said earlier, I'd get a panic attack because I knew I had to fight and it felt out of control, like I wasn't ready. Khabib is still heavily involved in the sport of MMA, coaching the likes of former UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev teases potential timeline for Jack Della Maddalena fight. Islam Makhachev confirmed that negotiations are nearly done for his welterweight title clash against Jack Della Maddalena. While the UFC hasn't officially announced UFC 322, the promotion traditionally holds a major card at Madison Square Garden during that month. "We've almost agreed on everything. There's a 90% chance the fight happens in November." Makhachev has been out of action since UFC 311, where he capped off his reign at 155 pounds, with a 4th title defense against Renato Moicano. Since vacating the belt, he's been bulking up for his move to welterweight.